Make a lesson or do a lesson? Which one is correct? Actually, they're both correct, but they just have different meanings. A lot of my English learners use make and do incorrectly, and that's how a lot of native speakers know that you're an English learner, because native speakers don't make this mistake. So today, we're gonna learn the difference between make and do. And I know it's a challenge because in many other languages, especially Latin languages like Spanish, Portuguese, French, we have one verb to express make and do, but in English, we have two, make and do. So today, once and for all, let's understand the difference and how to use make and do. First, I'm gonna explain generally what the difference is, and then I'm gonna share several examples. And then at the end, I'll give you a quiz to test your understanding. Now, just a quick suggestion, if you do enjoy Go Natural English lessons, I highly suggest that you participate in my complete English course, Fluent Communication. You can join the wait list by visiting gonaturalenglish.com/pre-reg, and I'll give you more information about the course for you to decide if it's right for you. And you'll get a notification when it reopens for new students. Now, let's jump into make versus do. Doobie-doobie-doo. What do we use do for? Well, do is more about an action. It's more about a performance. It's more about doing tasks, obligations, and we replace a lot of other verbs with do. Make, on the other hand, is more about producing a physical product. It's about creating something, and we use it a lot when we talk about food, one of my favorite things. We often use do to replace another verb when that verb would be really obvious. For example, I'm going to do the dishes instead of I'm going to wash the dishes. I'm going to do my nails and not say I'm going to paint my nails. I need to do the bathroom, which doesn't mean what you think it might mean. It means to clean the bathroom. Remember, when we use do, it's about performing an activity or task, but many times there is no physical product that is the result of doing this action. For example, doing the dishes. I'm making the dishes clean, but the dishes were already there. To do my nails means to make my nails pretty, but my nails were already there. And to do the bathroom means to clean the bathroom, but the bathroom was already there. So I'm not creating any new product or object. By the way, what is your least favorite chore to do? I think for sure my least favorite chore is doing the bathroom, and my second least favorite chore is probably doing laundry. Here's some more examples of when to use do. Please do your homework. Note that your homework already exists. It's like a transformation, not producing something new. So you're going to complete your homework, but your homework already existed. Tomorrow, I'm going to do some shopping. Today, I'm making a list. So the idea of shopping already exists. I'm not creating anything new. I'm just doing this activity tomorrow. Usually every morning, I take some time to do some reading. I like to read books. So the books already exist and I'm just doing the reading. I'm not producing anything new. Do can also describe an action without really saying what that action is. We use do a lot with the words nothing, everything, anything, and something. For example, you're doing a great job, or you can do better, or don't do anything yet. Just wait. I have a question for you. Tell me in the comments, what is something that you love to do? Something that you do that makes you happy. For me, I love doing anything that involves spending time with good friends and anything that involves learning. Oh, and before we move on to make, I want to share several expressions that we use with do that don't really make sense otherwise, but it's really great to know them. To do business means to conduct business. To do time means to go to prison. To do someone a favor means to do something for that person. To do exercise means to work out. To do a report means to write or produce a report. To do the math means to examine all the facts and see if they add up. For example, do you think I should buy a new house? I think you should do the math and see if it makes sense. It will do you good is something that would be beneficial for you. So for example, it would do you good to study English a little bit every day. To do damage means to cause harm. To do the minimum means to do as little work as possible. These are all really common expressions. I just have a couple more. To do well means to try hard and succeed. And to do your duty means to do what is expected of you. So now, when do we use make? Well, make is all about creating, producing something, usually a physical object. We often use it with food. So let's talk about some specific examples. I made a cake. There was no cake before I made it, so I'm producing something new. Every morning for breakfast, I make a smoothie. The smoothie didn't exist before I make it, so we use make, not do. Today, I made an appointment with the dentist. So it's kind of like saying I created an appointment because before I made the appointment didn't exist. Don't make excuses. So don't make or create excuses. Oh, I need to make a call. To make a call is kind of an interesting one because there's no physical product when you pick up the phone, dial a number, and talk with someone. But I guess you could think of the conversation as kind of a product of your action of making the call. Make is also really useful for relationships. I love making new friends. In fact, this morning, I think I made a new friend. You can say to make up with someone after you have a fight. It means to mend your relationship. To make someone smile is to make them happy and to make a smile. I have a question for you. I would love for you to tell me in the comments what makes you smile or who makes you smile. For me, again, I have to say my family and my friends really make me smile. I also love reading your comments. They often make me smile a lot. Finally, make fun of someone is an expression that means to joke about someone. Usually it's not very kind to make fun of someone. Make is also used frequently to talk about money. We make money. We can make a deal, which is to negotiate. And your business could make a profit. Finally, we do use make with time. Can you make time to practice English every day? Again, it's like creating some space or creating some money, creating something that didn't exist before now. Again, I'm sorry, there are so many expressions that use make that may not really have to do with creating something new, but we just use make as part of the expression. So let me share some of the most common ones that you should know. To make believe means to pretend. When I was a kid, I used to like to make believe with my friends, and we would make believe that we were princesses or animals or any kind of crazy thing. To make a difference is to see the impact of your work. I hope with Go Natural English that I'm making a difference to help you learn English. To make a mistake is to make an error or to do something incorrectly. It's okay to make mistakes. We can learn from them. To make a promise, sometimes we say to pinky swear, is to make a promise, to commit something to someone. To make your bed doesn't literally mean to make a new bed with wood and a hammer and nails. It means to tidy up your bed or to place the sheets and the blankets in order again on your bed. To make change means to return a small amount of money after someone has paid their bill. For example, if something costs 50 cents and I give you $1, well, you would give me 50 cents back. That's to make change. To make sense is to be logical. To make love is to be physically intimate with someone. To make an effort is to try hard and do your best. To make room means to provide enough space for someone. Like if I want to sit down but there's not much room, I might say, hey, make room for me on the sofa. To make clear means to explain something very well. So I hope I'm making do and make clear. To make trouble is to cause trouble. Make a mess is to be very disorganized and perhaps you spill something on the floor, or I spill my milk on the table, or just to create disorder. To make a payment is to pay a bill. Usually we make a payment on ongoing bills, like I would make a payment on my cell phone bill or make a payment on my internet bill, but I wouldn't say make a payment for a one-time purchase. That would not sound right. And make an offer is offering a price that you're willing to pay for something. If you're buying a used car or a house, you make an offer on it. Here's the most confusing expression of all: to make do. Yeah, both verbs together, to make do. Well, this means to do your best with what you have. Maybe you really want a new cell phone, but you don't have the money to buy the newest, most amazing cell phone, so you have to make do with the one that you have. Now I have another question for you. Tell me something that makes you happy. This is another expression. To make someone happy means to give them joy. So what gives you joy? For me, I really look forward to waking up every morning and making a cup of coffee. It's my morning routine, and I just love the smell of coffee. It makes me happy in the morning. So what about you? Tell me more in the comments. Now I have a quiz for you, so let's test your understanding of make versus do. Which one is correct, make or do? Number one, I'm making or doing a presentation because I have to submit the slides to my boss by Friday. Which one is correct? I'm making a presentation or doing a presentation? They're both correct. However, in this situation, it is more correct to say make, because in this case, I'm in the process of creating the slides for the presentation that's due on Friday. Number two, I'm making or doing a presentation on Friday in front of all of my classmates. Which one is more correct? Again, make and do can both be used with presentations, but in this case, I'm doing a presentation in front of all of my classmates. So it's not very logical to think that I would be creating slides in front of an audience. So we can assume that I'm actually doing the performance of the presentation, and therefore we should say doing a presentation on Friday. Number three, I am doing or making a cake. Would you like some? The correct answer here is making a cake. We could also say baking a cake, but sometimes make or do replace other verbs, especially when the verb would be pretty obvious. Number four, I'm making or doing my homework. Which would be more likely to be correct? Technically, either could be correct. If I am an English teacher, which I am, and I'm creating homework to give to you, but in this case, the most correct answer is I'm doing my homework. And in this case, I would be a student doing or completing my homework. In summary, if you can replace the word do with complete or perform, if you could replace the verb make with create, then you probably know that they're correct. Of course, there are exceptions, but I hope that this helps to clarify the difference between make versus do. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. It would really mean a lot to me if you enjoyed this lesson to subscribe to Go Natural English. That really helps to support my work here, making English lessons for you to enjoy for free. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you here soon again in another English lesson. Bye for now.